Is the juice worth the squeeze? Mighty companion, let's have straight talk today. Is the juice worth the squeeze? You've heard the phrase, you've nodded at the wisdom, you've lived by the grind. But have you ever paused long enough to ask what you're actually squeezing? Are you trying to press truth out of a lie, peace out of pressure, love out of lack? The world promises nectar after enough effort and calls the strain character. The ego designs the rind and then sells you the juice, a double sale with hidden fees. It hands you a hard shell and whispers, push harder, you're almost there. Almost there is the ego's favorite drug, a lifetime prescription with no cure. You work, you strive, you sacrifice, and you sip a momentary sweetness. Then the aftertaste turns bitter, and the thirst returns stronger than before. That's not nourishment, that's dependency with a halo. The squeeze becomes an identity, and the identity demands more squeeze. You start to worship effort for its own sake and call it virtue. But no amount of pressure can make eternity drip out of time. No technique can milk permanence from what fades. No ritual can extract unconditional love from specialness. If the source is illusion, the product is illusion, no matter the method. So what are you really after, mighty companion? Is it the taste or the peace that needs no taste to be what it is? Is it the trophy or the quiet knowing that needs no applause? The ego's juice comes in flavors: achievement, romance, status, security. Each sip is marketed as salvation, each bottle labeled just one more. But salvation that can be spilled was never salvation. Security that requires guarding is not security. Love that demands payment is not love. Peace that depends on conditions is not peace. The squeeze is the cult of later, the lure of when things finally line up. Later never arrives because later is an idea, not a place. Meanwhile, the present sits untouched, a well that needs no pump. Spirit is not hidden in the fruit. Spirit is the life in which fruit appears. Truth is not a prize at the bottom of a pile. Truth is the ground beneath the pile. Joy is not a liquid you force out. Joy is a fountain you stop blocking. Forgiveness is how you put down the press and walk to the spring. Forgiveness says, I will not try to get reality from what is not real. It says, I release my brother from the job of quenching my thirst. It says, I release myself from the role of tireless squeezer. When you stop squeezing, you discover the flow that was never interrupted. You see that the rind was a story, and the story was a distraction. You notice that the effort was the cover, and the cover hid nothing. Peace was not inside the peel. Peace was the light in which the peel was seen. Love was not trapped in form. Love was the awareness that never left. So ask the real question. Why am I squeezing at all when I could simply drink? Drink what, you ask? Drink the stillness that does not depend on outcome. Drink the gratitude that does not need a reason. Drink the presence that is here before, during, and after every project. Drink the freedom of being that doesn't measure itself by results. This is not laziness, it is lucidity. It is the end of bargaining with life to feel worthy. It is the end of trying to earn what was given in full. It is the end of treating suffering as currency. When you believe in the squeeze, you confuse cost with value. You think hard means holy, and painful means profound. But sacrifice is only the ego's way of pricing what has no price. The spirit does not invoice, the spirit invites. The ego's juice is counterfeit because its source is scarcity. The spirit's flow is infinite because its source is wholeness. Counterfeit must be guarded, wholeness cannot be threatened. Counterfeit runs out, wholeness overflows. Counterfeit demands performance. Wholeness requires willingness. So here is the pivot. Place willingness where strain used to sit. Place honesty where hustle used to hide. Place gentleness where grinding used to grind you down. Let willingness open what force could never pry open. Let honesty reveal what pretense could never maintain. Let gentleness deliver what aggression always destroys. Now revisit the question with clear eyes. Is the juice worth the squeeze? If juice means temporary reward for perpetual tension, the answer is no. If juice means the living presence that pours without effort, there is no squeeze. Then the question melts because the premise was false. You don't earn the ocean by dehydrating in the desert. You drop the mirage and realize you are standing in water. You don't crack open love, you stop covering it. You don't coerce peace, you stop trading it. Mighty companion, you are not a laborer in a factory of meaning. You are meaning recognizing itself, resting as what cannot be improved. Lay down the press, walk to the spring, take a drink, then share the cup without counting the cost. Because what you share from this well does not diminish, it multiplies. And when you forget and reach for the press again, smile and set it down. Nothing has been lost in the pause, and nothing needs to be regained. Only the habit needs to be undone, and habits dissolve in willingness. So, is the juice worth the squeeze? Not when the juice is counterfeit and the squeeze is your identity. Yes, when juice means living truth, because then there is no squeeze at all. That is the straight talk. That is the freedom hiding in plain sight. And that, mighty companion, is worth everything because it costs you nothing.